In today's video we're going to go over some PvP tips for beginners, returning players, that you might want to know so you can improve your PvP. And here are my 8 most useful tips. First tip is that you are going to want to learn the map and its extractions and the PMC can spawn. Why this is important is because if you know the map, you'll probably know where all of the PvP zones are, where the good loot is, and all of this stuff. And by this, you can probably think of like a way you can run, so you can either avoid a PvP fight and get into a better place where you can maybe get that guy that spawned close to you, or if you know that there's a hotspot where people fight, you can like be at a place. If you're going to take an example at customs, there are the 2 dorms. If someone has the extraction where the boat is, if the guy in the dorms has it, you can relocate yourself to counter him when he's running to it. So that's why I think that learning the map and its spawns and extractions are important for your success in like the match. The second tip is gear fear. A lot of people, including myself, sometimes where I'm too scared to bring in like a gear set that I've got off someone or a kit that I have bought, and I just don't want to use it because it's worth a lot, or I've spent a lot of rubles getting that gun fully modded or that armor. But I think that it's really good if you can bring it in, because first of all you're going to learn from your experience with having that armor, and there is a higher chance of you actually surviving. And you both have the same ammunition, and the guy would have like a lower class armor. There's a higher chance of you killing him because your bullets will because your armor can absorb that armor a lot more. So that's why I think that you should avoid gear fear and just bring in the stuff that you want, play, improve your PvP that way, but also surviving more raids. Left and right peaks. This is also a thing that can be really important for you. That if you are going to do a left peak, there is there's not like a higher chance, but you are going to expose more of your body. You're going to expose a lot of your head, your shoulder, a bit of your thorax, and like your leg, I think. But if you're going to do a right peak, you're only going to expose like your a bit of your head. So there's a higher chance of you surviving, and you do this left and right peaks by pressing Q or E. Q is for left and E is for right. And if you find yourself in a position where you have a left peak, you could try to relocate to a better spot, or you could try to push the guy. I mean, it's up to you in that situation, but you can still hold a left peak and survive, but but there's a higher chance for the other guy on the right to survive that. Loot more efficiently. This is something that I have overcome, I feel. And what I mean by that is that when you're going to go up and loot someone, you are going to want to your backpack if it's full, or if you have like a secondary gun, so you can pick up the other guy's gun and backpack, so you can get back to like a safe spot, so you can search his bag and stuff like that and see what he has on him. I would recommend that because when sometimes where I have just lay down after killing someone and I die. And I can also say this: I recommend that if you kill someone, I recommend that you just don't immediately just go and search his pockets and stuff like that. I think it's better that you assume that there's another player, maybe a teammate of his or just another enemy in the near vicinity. Because if you have that mindset, you're going to be a lot more careful when approaching and the body, and that might also be the game changer if you survive or die in that raid. A quick little interruption here, but if you made it this far into the video and you want to see more content like this, then make sure to subscribe to my channel, and I would really appreciate that if you did so. Tip number 5, that is that you should try to learn from your deaths, and you can do this by maybe recording yourself, or you can record like if before you die a 30-second recording. There's things like that you could do, and by doing this you can check back on the footage. You can check like, okay, what did I do wrong? What did I do here that was wrong? Did I push him, or did I lean on a bad angle, or did I not see the guy, or what happened? And if you do that, you will learn your mistake, and you will avoid doing this in the future. So that's why I think it's good that you have some sort of recording to check back on and improve your gameplay from that. Tip 6. I mean, it's kind of obvious that you should use cover to your advantage, but when I play Tarkov, at least, I see a lot of players that just stands like in the middle of an opening where there's not a lot of cover, or they don't take cover when I start shooting at them. Another thing you should think about is staying close to, like, if you're on woods, maybe you're going to want to stand you're going to want to be close to like trees, other covers like hills or rocks. And if you're on like another map like customs, you're going to want to try to stay close to like buildings, so you don't so you have some cover, so you can protect yourself. Tip 7 is that there's a better way to check your surroundings, like your left and right, and that is to use hold mouse wheel. You press your mouse wheel down, and then you can move around with your mouse, and that makes it so you can look to the left and the right without stopping and checking around your surrounding areas. So I think that's really good to know. And the last tip is that you should utilize your scav. Why that's important for your PvP experience is that with the scav you don't have to be as careful, and you don't lose a kit that you have spent money on. You spawn with a gun, maybe an armor and some meds, and then you can just run around, do your stuff. You can try to push people, play it more safe, see like a playstyle that you like, maybe, so you can figure that out and get better at that. Maybe you need to be more patient, and you can use your scav to learn that stuff like that. And before ending things off, there's another thing I want to mention, and that is your stamina bar. I see a lot of people that just, and including myself, but I'm still, trying to improve that. But a lot of people are just running around. When they get like their stamina back, they're just going to run, run, run until it's completely depleted, and in that's really bad, especially if you get into a PvP fight, because if your guy is just going to be and you can't run, you can't get out of there, then that's really bad, especially if you're in the open. Then there's not much you can do. I mean, the best thing you can do is just crouch down, lay down, and start shooting at the direction. The guy already knows where you are, and you don't really know where he is, and he'll have a bigger chance of killing you. So don't use like your whole stamina bar. You do. Maybe you don't even have to use it. You can just save it up, stuff like that. But if you're going to be running, I feel like you should be saving a bit of your stamina, so you can try to get to cover behind a tree or some other cover, so you don't die. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.